real quick. So the very first thing I did was I came in here into my box for my totals so that I didn't have to add everything up with a calculator. If you do insert function, and all the way at the top is the sum, so I'm going to add the boxes together, and it's going to pop up this little formula, the sum, and then in the parentheses you want the boxes that it wants to add. So I'm going to click on the first box, and you'll see it pops up D2. You can also type this in if you want. Then I'm going to hold the shift key on my keyboard, and I'm going to click on the last box that I want it to add, and you can see it does L2. So this means it's going to do the sum of boxes D2 all the way through L2. And then if I click enter, now it automatically adds the numbers together, and because I have the rules in there, it automatically does the color too. Okay, so then what you can do is you can copy. If I do Control C or Edit Copy, either one, you can see it even shows you the shortcut, that Control C. I'm going to copy. I'm going to fill in all the boxes that I want, and I'm going to edit and paste. Okay, so now it is automatically, if you look up here, it is automatically going to do the sum of D through L of that row. So now as I go in here and I do, okay, 0, 8, 6, 2, 1, 3, I'm just making up numbers, 4. So now when I'm done with this, entering this child's data, it comes over here and look, it's already added it together for me, and it's done the color. Now let's go to this student. Let's say this student is a rock star, and they got all 6s. So now, not only did it add it together for me, it's showing me that they're in the green. They got 80% or higher. Okay? So that's just super easy peasy, and it's going to be the same thing no matter what one you're on. You just want to make sure that you're changing the numbers in your formatting to go with this. All right, I'm going to show everybody how to do the conditional formatting like I showed you earlier, but this way you'll be able to kind of pause me, rewind me, whatever. So here we go. So I have open my copy of kindergarten. I've got my kindergarten. Here's where I'm going to enter my scores. And even if you already have scores entered, that's okay. You can still do this. You don't have to delete anything, nothing like that. So all I have right here is this is my kindergarten. So this is total points out of 54. And I will send this in the email. This is like the 80% for numbers and everything. So the first thing that I do is I'm going to come up here in the cell that says B, and I'm going to click on that, and you can see it highlights everything. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the whole thing. If you only want to do a certain selection, you can always click and drag, or you can press the shift key, and that will highlight everything as well. Usually it's just easiest to just click the whole column. Okay, so here I've got my columns selected. These are going to be my total number of points. Then I'm going to come up here to the top where it says Format. I'm going to click on Format. Come down to the bottom where it says Conditional Formatting, and I click on that. And when yours pops up, it will be empty, and it says Conditional Format Rules. So you're basically creating these conditions of what colors are going to show up. So on this condition, it'll be red. On these conditions, it'll be green. So I'm going to click on, so you notice this is still highlighted. Okay, so I'm going to add a rule. And the range, all that means is these are the cells that you've selected. So you've selected B1 all the way to the bottom, B1000. And you can change that, whatever. But the most important one is the format rules. So when you click on this drop-down box, you're going to see all different kinds of rules that you can change. For our purposes today, we're going to do is between. So you scroll down, and I'm going to click on is between, and it's going to give me my data points. And so in this case, for kindergarten, if we're between 43 and 54, that's going to be our 80% and above. And then I'm going to come down to this little paint bucket down here. And if you hover it over, it says fill color. And I'm going to make that green. And that's it. Done. Okay. And now I can see when these cells are clicked on, if I click on these cells, you can see that rule is there. Okay. So now, while it's still highlighted, I'm going to click on add another rule. Same thing, I'm going to go to my format cells if, and once again, I'm going to do if it's between, and I'm going to do my yellow, so that's 42 to 32. Come to my little fill paint bucket and make that yellow. Done. Then again, it's still highlighted. I didn't click off anything. I'm going to add another rule. Again, come to my drop down box. If it's between 31 and 0 or 0 and 31, it doesn't matter what order you put it in. Okay, that's my red. Done. So now when I come over here and I click and put points in, so let's say, okay, 48, 6, let's say 30, you can see that it's going to change. Let's say this is 35. Okay, this one got 38. And you can see it's just going to automatically populate those colors for me. Okay? All right. So then, easy peasy, then you can just X out of that, and that will continue all the way down through, it just continues all the way down. So 5, let's just do 49, and it'll just go on and on and on all the way down. You can see it just changes the color. So then what I want to do is now I want to go into here, and I have to create new rules for these because these are only out of 6 in this case. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up to this top row that has the letters, and I'm just going to click and drag, and that highlights all of those rows, all the way from D1 to L, all the way down to the bottom of the row. So again, I have this highlighted. I've got my sections highlighted. I'm going to go to Format, Conditional Formatting, and same exact thing. So I'm going to add my rule, and you'll see there's my selection. Again, I'm going to go, if it's between 5 and 6, that's going to be green. Done. Again, still highlighted. I add another rule. Now this time I have to do is equal to because there's only one number. So if it's equal to 4, it's going to be yellow. And then again, still highlighted, add another rule. So this time if it's between 3 and 0, 0 and 3, doesn't matter what order, it's going to be red. Okay? So now I can go ahead and enter my data. Okay, she got 6, 5, 2, 4, 0, 6, and 2. So we'll just do it that way. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I can Zoom with you. I can share my screen, whatever you want to do. Just let me know. Okay? Bye, guys.